So I need to decide which tripod I'm going to use for my smartphone shoot at the end of this month. This month being August 2017, and the shoot is going to be most likely using one camera, but I do like to have my backups. So this is my backup B camera, so maybe I'll get someone shooting behind the scenes of this one. I'm actually going to be shooting on this camera, but not with the selfie. This is obviously the selfie side. This is the forward facing. As you can see, the case is on it, but I'm probably going to change the case as well to something a bit more microphone friendly. So yeah, I decided to go with this Manfrotto tripod mount, simply because it's tough. You know, it's really nice kind of machined feel to it, and it's grippy. You know, the phone is not going to fall out of there. He says, no, it's not going to fall out of there. It's got, you know, the thread on the bottom there. Optional cold shoe, although I don't really have anything to plug in there, but if we're shooting in the woods at night, maybe we want to stick a light in there. So tripods, let's see what I've got. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I have more. Okay, so first things first, right? This is my go-to tripod, kind of on stuff where I'm not running around so much. But you know, this is a nice tripod. It's small, does the job, goes to kind of just above head level if you need it to. Oh look, it's got one of those cheap things, tripod mounts on that I use a lot. But I'm not going to use this because if you're anything like me, you don't want to be running around in the woods in the dark with a tripod that it's just going to be a drag. So I've already decided it's not that one. Now, I've used phones before, tripods before, for dark is a long way. The camera, and I guess I'll have to remember to link to dark is a long way in the comments. That was shot on a phone using this tripod. I think we had one of these mounts on it. I was basically just walking around like that for the majority of the time. I think we may have had a couple of the bigger tripod shots in it. But I know for the shoot at the end of this month, I want to lose the big tripod. But the thing about this is its versatility. I mean, all it can really do is that. You know, and it hasn't got, you can't go right down with the, you can't do a 90 degree with the head. But it is tough. Like I say, it's already survived a shoot. You know, it's a Manfrotto something, Pixie maybe, can't remember. But you know, given other options available, I don't want to use that. And this is a cullman which I tried when I was on this shoot, but opted for this one. Now for the shoot at the end of this month, I already know I don't want to use this one. The reason I've considered this over this one is because this one does have a ball head and can go down at the 90 degrees if you sort of need it to. Because obviously, you know, you don't want to use this just for one shoot, because I know what I'm shooting at the end of this month. You know, I just want one tripod. I don't want to keep having to like make decisions. It's like, you know, and I've shot enough now that I kind of know what I'm doing, so I know that I don't want that tripod. Which brings me down to these two, really. They both have strengths and weaknesses. Bearing in mind, I don't like carrying stuff around. You might be able to predict where this is going to go. Now this is the Joby Gorilla Pod, which, although it's designed for DSLR, you can obviously stick a smartphone on the end and you're fine, right? You know, it can be used as a pretty standard tripod. It can be, well, not high, but it can be steady. It can obviously be low. You know, you can wrap this around things to sort of make it stand, you know, on a pole if you wanted it to. So it's all really useful stuff, but it's all stuff I don't do much of. You know, I tend to run around handheld most of the time, if I'm really honest. And I know for the shoot at the end of the month, I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of time to fanny about with this kind of thing. Well, I was thinking about it. We are in the woods. There will be a lot of branches around. So hold that thought. Yeah. So and on this, rather than the default head, which is I actually use up here for something else, I've got a lighting head from a company called Aperture. I think they're called. Can you see that? Oh, I can't. Yeah. So Aperture. Again, you can do the whole 90 degrees thing, and it's just lighter, because again I said I don't like carrying things around, so it's lighter than this fella, which is the head that we do normally see on this. So I do like this a lot. And another thing obviously you can do with this is you can do, if you are going handheld, you can do the whole, oh look, I'm shoulder mounted, isn't that professional looking or something, which is all good. But ultimately, I may change my mind, but ultimately I don't think I'm going to go with this, just on the basis that, you know, compared to the weight of that and the pocketability of that, this doesn't fit in a pocket. And okay, it doesn't weigh a ton, but compared to this one, it may as well weigh a ton. So this one, it's another manfrotto. I forget the name of this one. It has the 90 degree thing, and it has a few tricks. So you can use it as a tripod, obviously, and because you're only putting a phone on here, you don't have to necessarily lock the legs. I mean, I've used it like that before, but if you bring the legs right out, depending on what setting you are, you kind of goes to that. But you can, I've successfully used it, you know, like that. Now, the tricks this thing has, obviously it's got like a typical sort of ball head, you know, which is minimum faff. You just tighten it up there. The trick it does have is you can extend the legs out, which gives you a bit of extra height, all that kind of stuff, you know, a bit of extra height. But also this one does have a setting here which you can flip over and it'll go really low to the ground, or lower to the ground, so you don't have to have that all out, which works for me in several circumstances. You can also sort of do the, I mean, if you really wanted to sort of do the whole, oh look, I'm shoulder mounted, you know, you could, you know, do the whole Ronin thing. Don't, you know, want to bother. But I'm looking at using it, like I say, running around a handheld with the option to maybe do the whole shoulder thing, you know. Although I'm wondering if wrapping the legs around a tree, because we are shooting in the woods. But I don't want to. I'm not going to take both. This is heavy. I'm not going to take both. And less is more. Creativity loves constraint. You know, this. Well, let's put it on, shall we? I think this will be what I go for. Again, I reserve the right to change my mind, but I'm unlikely to. So we've got you know, this sort of thing going on, so you can go, yeah. Excuse me. So, you know, and that's not on very tight, is it? What's going on there? That's okay, mate. Maybe I'm going to reevaluate how this manfrotto fits on. Hang on, maybe I didn't fit it properly. I was abusing it earlier. Okay, that's a bit better. So there's that, and like I say, if you really wanted to do the whole Ronin thing, you could quite easily do the whole Ronin thing. Let's just line that up like that. You know, oh look, I'm so professional. You get the idea. But I just think if I have to carry a tripod with me, I mean, it is bad form to hold the camera because with a mic there and a mic there, if you're actually holding it physically, you're gonna pick up all sorts of noise. I mean, if I just run my fingers down this fella, you'll hear. All right, you'll probably hear something there. Can't remember. There's a microphone there on this one. This is the XZ Performance, not Performance, Premium. XZ Premium, and there's a microphone. I think is it there or is it? I can't quite see. And it's just, you know, if you're moving the camera, it just picks up noise. So you want to isolate yourself a little bit from the camera. But also, I like the idea of having options. You know, you've got the whole 90-degree thing, so you can, you know, you can almost use this thing as a selfie stick as well. You know, it's like, hey, look at me, I'm doing a selfie thing. So like I say, this is pretty much what I'm going to be shooting with. I guess I'll find out exactly what I shoot with when I go and shoot it, but definitely that camera, and if I haven't shown you yet, that camera phone, that camera Xperia is, I mean, I won't be shooting on the front camera, I'll be shooting on the rear video camera. This is the XZ Premium, Sony Xperia XZ Premium, and it's got at the moment it's got a spigging case on, but it does obstruct the microphones, so I've got another case on order which leaves the ends exposed, which does also expose the phone a little more, but it's going to be me operating. You know, I know how to not drop a phone, he says. So there you go. I'm going to be shooting with that camera, with this tripod and this tripod adapter, and this phone will be the B camera. Like I say, when the other case arrives, I'll probably we'll do another video where I'll have to decide which case to put that phone in, you know, that offers some sort of protection versus opening up the microphone. Kind of, it just hurts my soul a little bit to see that the case extends out, and so the air molecules have to, well, they can't turn in, can they? They just, yeah. So, but like I say, the AIRNINJA movie method is all about less gear, less kit. Don't carry so much stuff around. Get stuff that's small and pocketable. I mean, that's the other thing about this tripod, is that will go into a jacket pocket. I've got pockets that will go into, definitely, that tripod. Whereas the Joby, that will not fit in my pockets, I know it won't. So this might have the advantage of being able to be wrapped around trees, but I don't want to have to not carry it in a pocket. I would have to just carry it all the time. And you know, if you're going into locations that, you know, you just don't want to be carrying gear, you just want it in a pocket. You know, that's my view anyway. You know, your view may be different. So yeah, that's just my brain dump on how I'm going to be shooting this movie at the end of this month. Hope you've enjoyed it.